My name is Jake. I'm 15 now, but this happened last year. I'd just started at this new school, and I didn't really know many people yet. Then I met Connor in math class. He was chill, knew all the good video games, had this loud laugh that made everyone turn around. So when he asked me to come over for a sleepover, I was like, yeah, awesome. First time at his place too. I got there around 5, I think. His house looked normal, like those boring suburban ones you see everywhere, with a little grass patch out front. But when I walked in, it was, I don't know, weird. All the curtains were shut tight, even though the sun was still out. Connor's mom met me at the door and was all smiley, but she said right away, "Don't open the curtains or unlock any doors, okay? It's just a house rule." I nodded, but it felt kinda strict for no reason. Inside, it was so quiet. Like, too quiet. The air smelled old, musty, like my grandma's attic where she keeps all those dusty boxes. There were these old photos on the walls, all faded and yellow, people in weird clothes from forever ago. Connor's dad was in the living room, just sitting there with a newspaper. He barely looked up, just grunted when I said hi. Nice people, I guess, but they kept saying stuff about locking doors, like over and over. We had pizza for dinner. Connor's mom made us sit at the table, which I thought was dumb, because me and my brother always eat on the couch at home. She even made us wash the plates after, super picky about it. Connor rolled his eyes behind her back, and I laughed a little. Later, we went to his room to play games. He had 2 TVs. 2? Pretty sweet setup. But sometimes I'd catch him staring at the window, even with the curtains closed. "What's up?" I asked once. "Nothing, just checking," he said, real quick. Okay, whatever. His room was tiny. There was this ugly green rug that smelled like wet dog, even though they didn't have one. Oh, and in the hall, I saw this door with a padlock on it. "What's that?" I asked. "Basement," he said. "Parents keep it locked because it's full of junk." But the lock looked shiny, brand new, not like some rusty old thing. We set up sleeping bags around midnight. I was out fast. Guess the pizza made me sleepy. But then I woke up, like 2 a.m. or something, because I had to pee so bad. I looked over, and Connor's sleeping bag was empty. I waited a bit, thinking he'd come back from the bathroom, but nothing. So I got up. The floor creaked loud, like how my cat used to make the stairs groan at night. Bathroom was empty. Then I heard it, scrubbing, real soft from the kitchen. I crept down the hall. It was dark, just this weak light bulb flickering. I peeked around the corner, and there's Connor, on his knees, scrubbing the floor with a brush, yellow gloves on his hands, and these red stains all over the tiles. My chest got tight. Connor? What are you doing?" He jumped, like legit flinched. "Oh, Jake. Hey, I spilled cranberry juice. No big deal. Go back to sleep. I'll be there soon." But that smell. It wasn't juice. It was sharp, like when you nick your finger with a knife. I just stood there, blinking, not sure what to say. "You scared me, dude," he laughed, but it sounded fake. I mumbled okay and shuffled back. I climbed into my sleeping bag, but I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing him scrub, 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 scrub. Then he came back, all casual, like, "Sorry man, let's crash." I faked it, eyes shut, but my brain wouldn't stop. And then, maybe I imagined it, I heard whispering somewhere in the house. Low, like people trying not to wake you up. I yanked the sleeping bag over my head, heart pounding. Morning came, and it was like nothing happened. Connor's parents were all chipper, asking, "Sleep good?" I lied, said yeah. Ate some cereal, grabbed my stuff, and bolted. Walking home, I saw these posters on poles. Missing kid, local teen, gone 3 days. I stopped, looked close, and oh man, it was that guy Connor called his cousin. Met him last week, quiet kid, just hung out for a bit. Connor said he was visiting. But the poster, 3 days missing? My hands got shaky. I never went back. Tried asking Connor at school, all casual like, "Hey, your cousin okay?" He laughed, too loud, and said, "Yeah, he went home." 2 weeks later, he was gone. Transferred schools, no goodbye. I didn't tell my parents or anyone. Kept thinking, maybe it was juice, maybe I'm crazy. But that smell, that lock, those posters. Nah, something was wrong. I still hear that scrubbing in my head sometimes, late at night. Wonder what I'd have seen if I'd stayed longer. Glad I didn't. I'm not great at this storytelling stuff, but I gotta tell you about this one night. It still messes with me. I was 15, okay? Me and my 3 best friends, Emma, Lily, and Mia, were having a sleepover at my house. It was just a normal Friday, you know? We were all crashed out in the living room with sleeping bags, munching on chips, talking about dumb stuff like school and boys. It got late, like midnight or something, and Emma, she's always the one starting trouble, goes, "Let's play truth or dare." I was like, "Fine, whatever." We were laughing, daring each other to do stupid things, like text a crush or eat a spoonful of hot sauce. Then Emma looks at me, smirking, and says, "I dare you to sneak into your parents' room and snap a pic of them sleeping." I laughed like, "That's so weird, dude." But they all kept pushing me. "Come on, don't be a chicken." So I grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and went upstairs. The hallway was dark. Like, super dark. And quiet. Except for the floor creaking every step I took. I swear it sounded louder than usual. Like when my little brother used to run around jumping on them during the day. I got to my parents' door and, I don't know, I hesitated. Felt kinda off, but I shook it off and pushed the door open real slow. I shined my light on their bed and nothing. It was empty, like not messed up or anything, just flat, sheets all neat, like nobody had been there. My stomach dropped a little. I thought, okay, maybe they're in the bathroom or something? I checked. Nobody. I even whispered, "Mom? Dad?" Nothing. Just dead silence. I stood there for a sec, shining the light around, but it was just me and that creepy quiet. I went back downstairs, kind of freaked out. "Guys," I said, "my parents aren't up there." Emma frowned and goes, "What?" "They said goodnight to us like an hour ago." Lily nodded. "Yeah, I saw them head upstairs after we started the movie." I just shrugged. "Well, they're not there now." Mia laughed, all nervous-like, and said, "Maybe they ditched us for a party or something." We all kind of chuckled, but it didn't feel funny. It was almost 1 a.m. Where would they even go? We kept playing for a bit, but I couldn't focus. The house felt, I don't know, too still? Like the air was heavy or something. And every few minutes, I'd hear this faint thump from upstairs. Like a book falling off a shelf, maybe? I told myself it was nothing, just the house being old, but it kept happening. Thump. Thump. I didn't say anything to the girls. They'd just call me paranoid. Around 2, we finally crashed. I was half asleep when I heard tires crunching on the driveway. I peeked out the window. My parents' car. They got out, looking all tired and normal, and came inside. I pretended to be asleep when they poked their heads in. I heard my mom whisper something like, "Back from the work thing." And they went upstairs. Work thing? At 2 a.m.? Next morning, I asked them about it. My mom smiled all casual and said, "Oh, we had an emergency work trip. Left around 11 last night. Sorry we didn't tell you." I stared at her. "But you said goodnight to us at 10, I remember." My dad laughed. "Nah, kiddo, we were out the door after dinner. You were probably distracted." But that wasn't right. My friends heard it too, the goodnight thing. I didn't push it though. What was I gonna say? Later that day, after my friends left, I was messing with my phone, just scrolling, and I saw this video I didn't recognize. The little preview was just black. I hit play. It was my parents' room. the empty bed, my flashlight moving around. Same as last night. But then, voices. Far off, kinda muffled, like through a wall. Someone yelling, all mad, and then, God, this part gets me. Someone begging, like pleading, scared out of their mind. I froze. Checked the time on it, 11:47 p.m. But I was downstairs then. We were still playing the game. I didn't go up till after midnight. I showed my parents. My dad squinted at it and goes, "Huh, maybe your phone messed up, or your friends pranked you." But they didn't. I asked them. They didn't touch my phone. And those voices, none of us sound like that. I deleted the video. Couldn't stand it sitting there. My parents never brought it up again, and I didn't either. But sometimes, when I'm home alone, I hear those thumps upstairs, and I think about that yelling, that begging. Who was it? Where were my parents really that night? I don't know. And honestly, I don't think I want to find out. I need to tell you about this sleepover at Madison's house. It was messed up. Like, seriously creepy. We were all 14, I think. Me, Madison, Ava, and Sophie. Madison's place looked normal, you know? 2 floors, white fence, boring suburban stuff. Her parents were okay, but kinda strict, I guess. They took these pills that knocked them out at night. Madison always said they wouldn't wake up if the roof caved in. We were chilling in the living room, arguing over movies. Sophie was all, "Let's watch something cute." But Ava was like, "Nah, scary or nothing." We picked a horror flick, but it sucked. Super boring. Oh, and Sophie forgot her phone charger, so she kept whining about her battery dying. Anyway, Ava got antsy and goes, "Hey, let's check out the basement." Madison's eyes got big. No way. My parents said never go down there. But Ava wouldn't drop it. They're out cold. Come on. We bugged Madison till she caved. So we grabbed our phones, flashlights on, and tiptoed to the basement door. It squeaked so loud I thought we were busted. But nothing. Just the fridge humming upstairs. We went down, and it was dark, dusty, all old junk in boxes. Creepy, yeah, but we were laughing, messing around. Sophie jumped out from behind a chair like, "Boo!" And Ava nearly dropped her phone. Dumb stuff like that. Then Ava spotted this bookshelf. It looked wrong, you know? Out of place. She pushed it, and it slid, like in a movie. Behind it, this tiny door, maybe 3 feet tall. We all just stared. Madison goes, real quiet, I didn't know that was there." My heart was pounding, but we crawled in anyway. Inside was this little room, like a closet, but full of kids' stuff. Toys, old clothes, drawings all over the walls. Crayon scribbles, signed with names like Timmy, Sarah, Bobby. Weird, 'cause Madison's an only kid. No brothers, no cousins, nothing. One drawing had a family. Mom, Dad, 2 kids. But Madison's family? Just 3 people. My hands got all shaky holding my phone. Sophie found this journal under a mattress. Old, falling apart, yellow pages. She flipped it open, and it was entries. From different kids, years apart. Stuff like, "The nice family upstairs gave me a teddy bear," or, "I miss my mom." Some kid wrote, "I want to play outside, but they won't let me." The last one? 6 months ago. "I think they're getting tired of me. I heard them talking about the lake." I couldn't breathe right after that. We went dead quiet. Madison's face was white, like she'd seen a ghost. "What is this?" she whispered. Ava tried to laugh it off. Maybe they fostered kids or something? Madison shook her head hard. "Number. They never said anything about that." I kept looking at those drawings, those names. Something felt bad. Really bad. Then, thump. A noise upstairs like a door shutting. We freaked, scrambled out, shoved the bookshelf back and bolted up the stairs. They creaked so loud I thought we'd wake the whole neighborhood. We hit the kitchen and Madison's parents were there, just standing, smiling. Her mom goes, "Hey girls, find anything interesting downstairs?" All calm, like it was nothing. I froze. Madison stuttered. No, just looking for chips." Her dad laughed, real soft. "Next time ask us, okay?" Their smiles. They were too big, too still, like masks or something. We mumbled yeah, and ran back to the living room. Nobody slept. We just sat there, TV on, not watching it. Sophie kept picking at her nails, and Ava wouldn't look at anyone. We didn't talk about it. Couldn't. Morning came, we grabbed our stuff and left. Madison never asked us over again. A few months later, she was gone. Moved away. No goodbye. Nothing. I still think about it, you know? Late at night, when it's quiet. Those toys, the drawings, that journal. Who were those kids? What happened to them? The lake. What did that mean? And her parents. Why'd they have that room? I don't know. I don't think I want to know. But sometimes, I hear that fridge hum in my head, or the stairs creaking, and it gets to me. Still does.